If you don't know by now, you can include most famous artists in your Midjourney prompt and generate images that look just like their art. But I wanted to know, what would it look like if you combine some of these artists together? Come take a look at the results. Alright, we're going to be looking at 3 different pairs of artists across 2 prompts each. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at a prompt in each of their art styles, and then we're going to look at that prompt with their art styles combined. First pair is Alex Gray and Bob Ross, The Tree of Life, and this is artwork by Alex Gray. You can get a sense for how his art generates. It's very psychedelic, it's very hallucinogenic, it's very surreal. These are some beautiful interpretations of a tree. Same prompt, this is artwork by Bob Ross, and you can clearly tell the inspiration is different. It's much more painterly. Looks like a happy little tree. We got a mountain in the background here. Look at the green, some titanium white. Awesome color, awesome work on a canvas. So what is going to happen when we combine those 2 styles? Let's take a look. Here is the Tree of Life, and just wow, what else can you say? These are amazing. The painterly look combined with like the fractal detail of Alex Gray. Incredible. Look, inside the tree is like another horizon. Which one's your favorite? Side note, I also like how this tree kind of looks like a afro, like a Bob Ross afro. Okay, we're going to stick with this pair for a little while longer. We're going to look at another prompt. Here's a Cyberpunk sports car, artwork by Alex Gray. And just look at the intricate, slimy details it brings to the prompt. I'd say the outline of a car is pretty clear in 1 and 4. And like, look at the background in number 4, the different colored flames, the aura, just so almost grotesque looking. Here's the same prompt by Bob Ross, again much more painterly. You can see the brush strokes. Like, this is so awesome. I could totally picture Bob Ross painting this on a canvas. And here is their work combined. Like, what I think it does best when you combine these 2 is it brings in a background like Bob Ross while keeping the slimy, small details of Alex Gray. Like number 1 and number 3, these are just amazing pictures. Okay, on to the next pair. We have Akira Toriyama and Greg Rutkowski, The Angel of Egypt. I don't quite know how to describe this other than anime style. I think that's the vibe it gives. Here's The Angel of Egypt by Greg Rutkowski. This gives the vibe of like concept art of a modern video game. Like, this looks like Assassin's Creed concept art. And here's that prompt combined. Okay, it still has, I'd say, the anime design of Akira Toriyama while it brings in the scale of Greg Rutkowski. Like, look at the depth and the character work and the camera angle of these. I think my favorite part about combining artists is that you can actually see the combination. Like, you have each artist on one side, it's a 1 and a 1, and then when you combine them together, it really is a 2. This is different. This is the addition of both artists. And I think that's absolutely fascinating. Let me know if you come across any combinations of artists that you think I should try. Here's the next prompt. It's an anthropomorphic goat warrior. Again, very anime style, I would say. I like number 4. I like how his horns kind of wrap around the moon there. I think that's a cool picture. Here's Greg Rutkowski, and wow, is that different. Look at the emotion on number 2. Number 3 is just an incredible picture. Such a different vibe than Akira Toriyama. Let's see what it looks like when you combine them. Okay, now how would you describe this? I think it gave us the Toriyama style with the Rutkowski vibe. Does that make sense? Really fascinating to see. Number 4 is a very cool picture. And the last pair of artists is Alexei Briclat and Leonardo da Vinci. The first prompt is a hyper-advanced video game console. And oh my, these are so cool looking. Look at number 1. Like, number 2 with the different screens. Number 3 is amazing. It's got like both sides that sitting around the table, and then they're kind of like dreaming of this imagination in the middle. Same with number 4. Like, wow, these are thought-provoking. And here's a hyper-advanced video game console by Da Vinci. Oh my god, these are cool. incredible pieces of art inside of each screen, but then the consoles themselves just, it's so perfect. Like, Midjourney is amazing. What's it gonna look like when we combine these two? All right. It certainly adds the DaVinci console to the dreamlike nightmare future that Alexei Briclat brings to the picture. Look at that combination of artists. How could you ever get a picture like this without knowing you could combine those two specific artists? What would you say? A retro-looking video game console that's playing a nightmare-looking future game? Like, how could you describe this? Midjourney is so cool. And the last prompt here is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I really like number 4. I think that's great. He's kind of wearing a robe over his shell. Number 2 is pretty cool as well. It's kind of in a frame. I don't really know what's going on with number 1 and 3 though. Alright, here's from Alexei, and oh my, this is quite disturbing. Number 1 looks awesome, but disturbing. Number 3 is super awesome because it's got like TMNT Donatello face on his stomach and then like a regular frog face up there. Like, that's wild. And I really like the framing of number 4. It looks like he's stepping through a portal. Let's see what it looks like when you combine them. All right, it definitely brought the color of DaVinci to the design of Alexei. Just fascinating, eh? This is gonna be one of my new favorite things, combining artists. I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. This is a lot of fun. Well, there you have it. Those are the combinations that I like the most. Let me know which ones were your favorites. Subscribe to the channel for more experiments like this. As always, I hope you're doing well. Take care, and I'll see you next time.